Hi Sunshines, Tammy Gotzel here, happiness coach, speaker and author of the Daily Dose of Happiness. And yep, today is day 10 and we have another dose of happiness just for you. And today we have a really deep, beautiful quote by Robert Holden. And this quote says, "When you are truly happy, you are being yourself." When you are truly happy, you are being yourself. So you might be thinking, well, Tams, I simply need to be more of myself, right? But question for you, who is the self? Who is the real Tammy? Who is the real you? Do you know? What does that really mean? So I don't mean your personality traits or your character or your talents or your gifts. I mean something much deeper than that. Who is the self? The self is not the thoughts that you have. The self is not the body that you have. The self is not your experience, your successes, your failures, or anything that's happened to you in your life. The self is not something that other people say about you. It is so much more than that. You see, I believe that we are an expression of joy and love, and that is ultimately why we're here on this earth, is to be an expression of who we are, which is joy and love. You are the essence of your creator, of the divine, or of God. And you are ultimately consciousness. So I don't want you to get too caught up with the terminology here. Use terminology of your own understanding and that serves you. So now we know that when we talk about the self, we're not talking about our thoughts or our behaviors or what people say about us or our things or our body. Now that we know that our self is to do with the essence of who we are, the love and the joy within us and the connection to our creator, you might be wondering, well, Tammy, how do I express that? How do I connect with that? How do I be more of that? So the best way that I've found to connect with that true part of myself is to be still and to get quiet and to just let my inner voice and my true essence connect with me and speak. And every time I do this through meditation or through prayer or through movement, I feel alive, I feel joyful, and I feel connected and at peace. And when you feel good and when you feel that connection, that is you connecting with your true self, with your true essence, with who you really are. And this is where you're happiest, when you're connected to that, when you're tapped into this perfect part of you that never changes. So when we feel unhappy or when we feel any negative emotions, it simply means that we've disconnected from this true part of ourselves. We've disconnected from the love and the joy that is our natural state. And all it simply means, all it is a sign for you to come back, a sign for you to just be quiet, to go within and to reconnect with who you are. You see, when you feel bad, you've simply bought into old patterns or old stories or ego-based thinking. And this does not serve us. And from this place, it's difficult to be truly happy. It doesn't mean that we can't experience joy and happiness from that place, absolutely. But where the true happiness lies at all times is within, when we are connected to who we really are. So the key here is to have awareness of when you've disconnected, awareness of when you're not feeling good, awareness of when you've stepped away from your true self, and to simply come back. And guys, how you come back, like I said, you get quiet and you get still and you go within. But I also want to share my formula. And my formula is called the M-cubed formula, which basically means meditation, mantra, and movement. So when I'm feeling stuck, when I'm caught up in patterns or triggers or ego behavior, I simply apply my M3 formula. So the first one, meditation. Like I said, you put some music on, you go into that quiet space and you simply let go of the thoughts. You let go of the false self and you come back and connect with the true self. And then mantra. So this is saying a positive mantra or something that helps you just remember who you are. This could be a prayer or whatever makes you feel good. You might want to say something like, "Inner guide, I surrender this fear to you. Help me reorganize this limiting belief and restore it back to love." And often when I say these mantras, when I say these powerful prayers or these sayings, it always helps me come back to me, always helps me reconnect. So choose one that suits you or serves you or that makes you feel good. And the third M is movement. So when we get stuck in fear-based stories or old patterns or when we're triggered, it's sometimes difficult to shift back to ourself really easily. If we do meditation or mantra, sometimes that's not enough. but I always find movement really helps me come back. Movement really helps me shake off the negative thinking, shake off the old belief or the anger or the resentment or whatever it is I'm feeling in that moment. So I sometimes do yoga, or I do deep stretching and deep breathing, or I go for a run. So that movement really just helps you reconnect you with your body and restore that neutral state so that you can calm down and come back and connect with who you are. So guys, I always use my M³ formula whenever I need to come back and connect with my true self. So remember, meditation, mantras, and movement. So remember, when you're feeling stuck and you're feeling unhappy or disconnected, and if you're looking for happiness, you simply don't need to look anywhere. You simply need to tune within and be yourself. Thanks so much for watching and listening to this episode. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to my YouTube channel or my podcast, and I would love to hear from you. So please leave me a comment or ask me a question. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for day number 11. Have a wonderful day, guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye.